Where in this service were you posted?
You
serve in Mile 2?
Mile 2 at the main yard. I was later transferred to the confinement wing.
And for
pass out on the confinement. In 2009, I started the service. When I was transferred to that.
What happened?
Okay.
So, and
so not to. Well, you gave a person prevailing right now. Going to be very serious. I told him that I am need for me to run and go and hide somewhere. Only handing over a mobile to somebody else.
25th March 2013 was on a Monday, as you have correctly stated on your statement.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. You collided with the 25th of March. But
said you?
Morning shift on that day, so I was in the main yard. When I saw these two people came, SP Oba and somebody else came into the one about that time. They told me that we need to see you in charge of the Joshua prison. That's the time. Well, explain back but really, what they that's the same prisoner Mile 2 obtained. Among the plotters of a coup.
Which coup d'etat?
Coup d'etat Juma. When 2000 and Lantom coup d'etat. It was the coup d'etat which they said was organized by Lantombong.
So this must have been in 2009.
2009. Yeah, 2009.
Okay, and after you explained to them that you have no knowledge of this, you did not do it, what happened?
Somebody, okay, no problem.
And what happened next?
Mile 2, Kabin Samba Mile 2, Young Family Mile 2, Young Hanover, Lamin Soya, Commissioner Lamin So. They took me to Mile 2. When we arrived at Mile 2, they handed me over to Commissioner Lamin So.
And Commissioner Lamin So, we understand at that time was Commissioner for Operations.
Commissioner Lamin So, my family, operation. Yeah. Yes.
And what
minister and I pick up Mile 2? Well, after our arrival and they handed me over to Commissioner Lamin So, they did some communications, and after about 10 minutes, I saw a pickup which arrived at the Mile 2 prison, which came from the
So, Commissioner Lamin So. Arrived?
Bringing motor pick up of Hanover guy, pick up tell me money, pick up so Brandy pick up in some and I. When the pickup arrives,
who handed you over?
Lamin So.
What did he say, if you can recall, when he was handing you over?
No, I'm from forever. The boy killing the seal motor na to Gita no diam after not a blood motor move tada. Well, I was not privy to what was said. Vehicle, he got off the vehicle, he went aside with Lamin So, they discussed for some time, and he came back and boarded the vehicle. That's the time when we left.
How did you personally know that you had to go on that vehicle?
If I could know yalo nyari ko ito motor nyingine tala motor. No, kabin motor. This the boy and then pick up. Well, when the vehicle arrived at the Mile 2 prison that we are supposed to pick up from here, he said the Lamin So pointed to him.
And did any one of you then tell you to get on board that vehicle?
Who came in the vehicle told me to board the vehicle.
Do you know their names?
No, I don't know their names.
What time of the day did this happen? Did you board the vehicle?
Yes, I boarded the vehicle.
And where did you go?
In Samba NIA. They took me to the NIA.
Where is that located?
Jebe Mintole.
Abe banjun nitam bira ajora rek marakaro High Court Komaji.
Well, the place is located in Banjul. After passing the arch, it's on the
Infraje. Infraje yen sambera bunkono nga onai officer fulataraje la officer konoje.
When we arrived, they took me into a room where I found 2 other NIA officers sitting down there.
So what fana nyininka kweksono nyina.
They also asked me the same question.
Do you know the names of the NIA officers that asked you questions?
Yo NIA told them about muni nyininka role. No, to fana to nyine botan kono na.
No, I forgot their names.
Yeah.
Do you know where they live?
Ya no be sabatiri ndamemba. Ha di ono nyinga te Sukuta nkol.
Two of them live in Sukuta.
Can you give us their description?
ila moya to ila faisa fono nyewo ila moya be nyu sifanya di lemba
Imulungu Kenya.
Ha nyindo msemal titending jamfama nyindo sudumal tending akanyuma sallahu na fodum bagal dabba.
One is a slim, tall person, but the other one is a medium-sized person who usually wear this hat, usually worn by the people they know as mashallah.
Marcas or Mashallah?
Marcas.
Maracas, yes, these small hats which they usually wear.
Okay. So, for how long were you interviewed by them?
It was a very short discussion. They asked me the same question as before. I narrated the same thing today. So I narrated the same thing to them. So it was short. They also kept quiet.
Tell us exactly what they asked you.
Fanye fange yenyininga menga. Yenyininga konya ko itolo mualo di obimbaira. Muamelo mualo di obimbaira. Koko no ntamo mualo di obimbaira.
They asked me, you person who gave this mobile to Obimbai. I didn't give a mobile to Obimbai.
Kawi yenyininga orang koko no ntamo mualo di obimbaira. Koko ntamo ko yenyininga ko kabi mualo tu na boso yenyininga nyina. Borna nyina fo ko ntamo alo. Andu nara jato funa funa yenyininga. Anu ndo tonyako alanta mara. Anu nimo kuke kutera. Mko bilai tonyako alanta mualo di obimbaira. Ndo posiri nchoswane. Anu obimbaira is admired too.
Well, when they asked me this, they went to my boss. They asked me, I gave him this answer. Now they took me, when the first people asked me, I gave them this same answer. And now you are also asking me about the same thing. I want to make it clear to you that I please him now. How can I give a mobile to Obimbai? That's impossible. I didn't give him any mobile.
How did they react to that?
Muna gere dalla Jabir dati. Tomon Jabi konyo ko tomo ko non tomo woke ko so konyo ko je idolo Joshua non ko yes no possible.
After that they themselves said, but that's surprising. Are you posted at Joshua? I said yes, I am posted at Joshua, and Obimbai is at Mile 2 prison. So how can I give a mobile to somebody in Mile 2 prison whilst I'm posted at Joshua?
Na ko kirin kola. Okay,
they told me, okay, now you will sit down here until a little bit later. I was my heart because I was wearing full uniform. I touched my shoes. I took them all off. They took them all away from me. I was there till the following day in the morning. They took me out of that cell.
Okay,
I found a man inside that cell, a boy called Ablai Kamara.
And one man, Francis Gomez from Lamen.
Another person called Francis Gomez inside that cell.
And Abdullah Kamara, can you tell us a bit about him?
Abdullah Kamara Tony, for his commanding phone on Yala Quarterba. So Abdullah Mada Traje, Kabumada Traje, and Kako, because Malong, Afan prison of Saldi Baranda Malo, Yamu and the Joseph transfer, Yard recruitment start Mile 2.
Because I didn't know him previously, but he was also a prison officer. Because the year that I was transferred to Joshua prison, that was the year when they did their recruitment training.
Yeah, so nada trajena nyo kondom for nada.
He is also a prison officer, posted at mine too, and we exchanged some words. That's how I came to know Bakary Tamba.
So
did you notice anything about him?
Inarna ko sude atotabam. Yeah, nara kuzo because naje conditional ndabo was suffoca.
Seriously beaten.
Because hana ndabo from ndabo matara ndabo from botaino. So kama from his problem.
Because I found out that his shoulder has been dislocated, because even to touch that area of his body was very, very painful to him.
Yeah, so
and there were many bruises on his body and marks which were made by beatings, and you can even realize. I asked him, what happened? Who did this to you? He said they did that to him there at the NIA. I asked him, who did?
So well, I
asked him for what reason. He said, well, it was that's the problem. And I asked him, how possible is this? Obimbai accused me of giving him a mobile. The same Obimbai accused you also for giving him a mobile, and this is why they did this to you. How can that be possible?
Obimbai accused you of giving him a mobile.
Yes.
But did you hear that accusation directly from Obimbai?
No,
I didn't hear that directly.
Alleged that you gave him the mobile phone.
Yes.
But did they tell you when this alleged incident?
No, they didn't tell me that.
While you were working at confinement wing at Mile 2 prisons, was Obimbai there?
What on the confinement wing? Mile 2J. For Obimbai the surrounding Jelaba.
Yes, he was there.
So you knew him?
Come down? Yalon.
Yes, I know him.
Bakary Tamba, do you know when that allegation took place? When, excuse me, let me revise it. Let me revise that question. Do you know when he was alleged to have provided a phone to Obimbai?
No, I was not aware of that. I didn't know that, because I only came to know this when I found him in that cell at the NIA, and he explained to me.
Okay, and then he told you he was beaten by the NIA, accused of have provided.
Atele mobile di Obimbai so ito fan narana fa ko ito fan de yete tumi wala ko itele mobile di on Tuesday on Wednesday wala ko kera on Wednesday na o kaja so afan de gela Thursday sudo melaring selo kono Bakary Tamba.
Well, this discussion happened on Wednesday, but after that nothing happened on that day until on Thursday at night.
At this time, on Wednesday, you were there with Bakary Tamba and Langtombong in the cell. Was there another man in that cell?
But he was also incarcerated there, and he's a white man called Mark Lehman.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Mark Lehman.
Yeah.
Lehman, isn't it?
Lehman, yeah. From Germany.
Yes.
From Germany, business also Senegambia from cows or I think something like that.
He told me that he was doing some business around the Senegambia area, like at a car wash.
Business also
What's the name of the business?
It's a business owning a Casafaro. No, I don't
know the name of the business.
Business owning, but business also around Senegambia.
But he had some business which he was doing around Senegambia.
Does the name Amsterdam Golf ring a bell to you?
Ning Amsterdam Tony Neo to my for first film
Amsterdam Golf.
Amsterdam Golf. For it to Tony Neo my first kuma from the
See, how to land defender? Yes.
Something like that I call for Nekojela Amsterdam Golf, yeah.
Yes. He said something like that, saying that.
So attorney a black camera ni ito lenyo lonne told they are friends. So a black na data na ko yung funa prison officer but ate funa arrest the same case lela.
Well, these two people know one another, like Camera and this Mike. This man also has been arrested about the same problem that I was arrested about.
So
and he's also a prison officer.
Why won't
Tente.
So tuawo kabinara after another meaning ka konyo about how comes ndemete long ndemete this is my first time kete.
Then the white man asked to know.
And then?
So we for Thursday, okay, Thursday sudo. Kabini ulo kacha botala for Thursday sudo. After Bukarnata Abunayele.
Well, after that discussion, we stayed there until on Thursday at night. That was the time when Bakary came and opened the door. The reason why I came to know his name and surname is because it was Lantambong who told me this man is called Bakary Kamara.
Yeah, because
because I saw him discussing with Lantambong to the point of he took out some money and gave it to Lantambong Tamba.
So in your statement it is recorded as Bakary Kamara. You are telling us
Bakary Kamara.
Bakary Kamara.
No, it is Bakary Kamara.
And this Bakary Kamara, what work was he doing? Which institution was he working for?
Bakary Kamara toning. Atara do gola nungo bunda jumaldon.
Bakary Kamara, I think he is a soldier.
Bugannaram Pico Sudo, another Samba, I Samba for Enaila office doldo no Sando, selling Salana Sele Sando, kick up or step or Karafa Sando.
Bakary Kamara took me out of the cell. He took me and we climbed up the stairs of the story building. He took me to another room.
Can you describe this room?
Yes.
What are the conference halls?
It's a big hall, just like this place. It's a conference hall where you have so many chairs. When we arrived there, we found some people sitting down there.
Yeah,
I found 3 people sitting on a chair. And when I arrived, I realized that they cut a lot of trees, a lot of branches from these neem trees, and it was placed on the floor. We arrived there, they told me to sit down, then I sat down. They told me to take off my shirt. I took off my shirt and they tied me up. When they tied me up, they took these sticks. They were beating me very seriously, and I was shouting, saying some things, incomprehensive things. They beat me up to the point that I realized that the beating that they are doing to me is not favorable to me.
What's the problem?
So that's the time when I told them, look people, you are beating me like this and you didn't ask me anything. Rambo was sitting down there, and Rambo at one time was a close friend to my brother, but my brother was a soldier up to a time that he left the army. A friend to my brother. Now, do you people want to kill me? That was the time when Rambo gave me a very nasty slap.
Rambo, what is his full name?
Rambo,
soldier.
Yes, he's a soldier.
Do you know which branch in the army?
Soldier
Black.
He is among those who wear the black uniform.
And these black, do you know them by any other name?
Sorry, maybe I will Kola.
So when over Budega, so Bakary Akonyago.
After this merciless beating that they did to me, that's the time when Bakary came and stopped them. After they stopped beating me, we went out. When we went out, he gave me cold water, then I drank that water.
So now you
go back inside. When you go inside, when they ask you, tell them.
Did he tell?
No, he didn't tell me anything like that.
So you went back inside, and what happened?
When we went back inside, the moment I went inside, they started the beating again without any questions. When the beating became very, very painful, I told them no. I was shouting and shouting. That's the time when they made me to sit down. They said to me, Obumbai said that you gave him a mobile. Man, you came and gave it to Obumbai. So how come so we came to Obi? In fact, Obumbai is at the Mile 2 prisons and I am at the Joshua prison. How can that happen?
So Michael Korea because that was the time when there was the branches of the neem tree that they were using to beat me were all finished. So I live on independent witness of commanding. When I said that was the time when Michael Korea hit me very mercilessly with that cutlass in his hand on my back. That's the time when I shouted very loudly. I told them, why are you doing this to me? They told me to say. I said them, is that what you want? They said again, this is what we want you to say. I said, okay. Then that's the time when they called somebody from outside whom they said is going to be an independent witness.
Do you know the name of the person who said that they wanted you to say that Obumbai?
Itile mobile di Obumbai. Yo mari lo.
No, Mari was seeing and Rambo, but Rambo was seeing team. I don't know somebody was seeing.
No, I don't know this person. I don't know this person. There were 3 people sitting together. He was
the favor of I
said, they told me, this is what we want you to say. We want you to say that you gave the mobile to Obumbai. I told them, well, this is what I'm telling you. I didn't give any mobile to Obumbai. That's the time when the beating started again, they stopped. We want you to say, if you don't say that, we will beat you until you die. And when you die, we will go and throw you inside an oil well. We have an oil well somewhere where we throw bodies of dead people. So the same thing.
The people who were doing the beating, or do you know some of them?
So, ye most of the jela ba yemen sude bambata from most of the jela ba yemen lamba.
We sude, no Michael Korea sude, no Michael Sambu sude. You before you beat.
Because these people were friends to my brother. I have been seeing them for quite a long time before this beating.
So you have mentioned Rambo.
Yeah.
Rambo Tofu.
That is Momodu Jaju. You have mentioned Michael Korea.
Michael Korea Tofu.
You have mentioned Michael Sambu.
Yeah, Michael Sambu Fanan Tofu.
Right. Who else was there?
Bakary Kamara.
Bakary Kamara.
These are the people I recognize.
Do you remember any other person?
No, No. Sanamanjang. Yeah, Sanamanjang.
Yes, Sanamanjang was there. I now remember he was there and I recognize him.
You also mentioned something Baji.
Baji kondong fanan to foji itolo na ba?
No, Baji han ka to mo ba te man nyawan dara dara ba ke la han na jenta sutela.
I used to hear his name, but I don't.
And I did so. Present in that room was Michael Korea, Suleiman Sambu, Jaju, that is Rambo, Sanamanjang, Nuha Baji, and Bakary Kamara.
And we are going to suffer ya itandi je ko umul mani ini be nyokam bungo na je dol soro na men ko ko pour yela kurko ni wura and umul ko no men be je wallam ni mol tolti ay men fa jan Sanamanjang Nuha Baji milam wolde men ganun je ila kuma kan to ne di safaro wala tovo.
Yes.
Do you confirm that Nuha Baji was there?
No, Nuha Baji mo ko ba mi mo fulol dal mo wol medo jaju ya.
That is Rambo.
Rambo de kodi.
Rambo ya.
Okay. You're not sure whether it's Momodu or Mustafa?
No, it's Momodu.
Alright. So, and then what happened after this beating?
In fact,
before that,
yes, I was seriously injured. Up to now, I still feel pain in my waist and my chest, especially when it becomes cold.
Independent witness,
No, I don't know his name.
Okay. And when the independent witness arrived, what happened?
When this independent witness came, I said to them, now, what am I going to say? They said, you are going to say what you are going to say.
And what did you do?
That's what I said. Because at that time, if I don't do that, I might lose my life. Because at that time, I was feeling very.
So was the statement concluded?
So
well, when this was done, they wrote all what they want to write down, and in front of that independent witness, and that's where we stayed until the following morning. They wrote the same thing again in front of those NIA officers.
Did you sign the statements?
Yes, I signed the statement.
And what happened after that?
When they took me back to the cell, I was feeling very bad. In fact, it was Lantombong who was helping me. He massaged my body, and he also told me, well, what happened? I said to him, well, they made me say something. He said, you agreed. Lantombong told me that in the cell.
And for how long were you detained at Malta, at NIA?
Because even I told them to take me to the hospital, but if I tell them that, they don't agree.
According to our register, you were detained for 13 days at the NIA. Is that correct?
La register ni wala militan ni wala mindugo. Yemaran ni je for membida tiltang aning sababa.
Because Senegal arrested on the 24th, so Senegal independent they opened up on the 4th of April when NIA jail.
Yes, it could be that, because when I was arrested, in
the 6th arrest.
I was arrested on the 26th. 25th. I was arrested on the 20th.
But on that day, the 4th of April, did you receive any document?
Yeah. Yeah, another document I received from prison officer Bulu.
I received a document from the prison officers.
Working on the dismissal letter from Lamin Show.
That was the letter, my dismissal letter, which came from Lamin Show.
Yeah, a dismissal letter from Bulu.
I still have that dismissal letter here with me.
Yeah. You provide it to the commission?
Yes. Yes.
And interesting letter. It is redirected, it was dated 4th April 29/4/13. You don't have to interpret that. It is addressed to Officer Bakary Tamba.
Officer Bakary Tamba.
And the headlines or the captions or the heading is Staff Matters. Officer Bakary Tamba. Officer Bakary Tamba ko ya baile. And the first paragraph says, in accordance with the Constitution Rule of Law of the Prisons Act, Section 23.
I'm not following the code. I'm not following the code. Yeah, somebody in constitutional law.
This one would be very difficult for you to interpret. I'll just read Constitution Rule of Law of the Prisons Act, Section 23. You are charged, point 1, subsection 24, with present or reward from any member of the public in respect of anything done by him in the discharge of his duties. I read semicolon in brackets 24. Without the knowledge of the Director General of Prisons, accepts directly or indirectly any gratuity, present or reward from any member of the public in respect of anything done by him in the discharge of his duties. Authority, disclose or conveys any information concerning any investigation or any other prisons or department section, semicolon 50, guilty of any offense against discipline and subject to the provision liable to suffer punishment according to the degree and nature of the offense in accordance with the provision of this act. Last paragraph. In this regard, you are here punished. But at the end of the day, I think the effect was a dismissal letter. The effect was that it was a dismissal letter. Officers and were you ever charged for receiving any money? To any individual about your work at the prison? Of the prison rules, have you ever been charged?
I have never been aware of it, and it was not brought to my knowledge.
How did you feel when you received this letter, which in its last paragraph says you were dismissed from the service?
It really saddened me because I've seen that that's the termination of my job.
After you received this letter, what happened?
I received this letter on the 4th from Lamin Sow. Lamin Sow and Alaji Joe.
The following Monday in Samba Prosecute Office Banjun.
Well, I received this letter either on Wednesday or Thursday from these people. Then it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday I was taken to the nurse. The cattle prosecute Dobie, a Konyago, why to go Kelam, Kagono, Ntomo Walker, and Monisaka Karawa, and Tomo Walker, and Kabonia. Well, when they asked me in front of those prosecutors why I was accused of, it's because of conditions, that's why I agreed to what they told me to do. I myself there felt it very, very well.
Which prosecutors were they? Was it police prosecutors or civilian prosecutors?
Prosecutor Jumal Lemmin, the prosecutors.
Do you know his name?
Yeah,
No, meter la officer la konoje, la prosecutor officer konoje.
To court.
Samba kiti yala
Ha, ina Samba court.
Yes, they later took me to court.
And then what happened?
na get bri Samba court kiti la
Samba court, Samba magistrate mi ya magistrate.
The Banjul High Court there. Banjul Police to remind at mile 2.
Yeah. Me remind over to 2 months to 3 months dal me remind. Mole lawyer nyindo danye ka fa ja.
Then that's the time when my people are ja.
Yeah. After after in the case fight, I fight in court.
It took place, I go to court and come and go and come, Ja stood for me. But later on, this magistrate Jalo denied me bail.
Madam Pu's High Court, I couldn't for bail and with a High Court law.
And he said, if I want to be bailed, let me go to the High Court. That's the time when he pushed me to High Court.
Yeah, so another Samba High Court for another lawyer at standard fight bail months to High Court.
I went to the High Court also, and my lawyer also went there. He tried very well, but still they refused to give me bail.
Magistrate Court.
Then the trial went on, and later on, Jalo was transferred to Basse, and they brought us
The lawyer who did at grand bill.
that he gave me bail.
Bill so no bail,
Attend the case
so for judgment, for no judgment or sida.
until it was time for the judgment,
And command the judgment or antara judgment.
and I was later acquitted and discharged.
Inform the prison service that you were acquitted and discharged.
ina na ila nya to la boku la ngol ina ne kalam dan la ko kiti o ay bulale
Ha, na de kalam tan de lebore ay tan na ko yambay do ko wala.
Yes, I made them know that I have been acquitted and discharged. But what they told me was that you have been dismissed from the job.
Who told you that?
na ko ila boku ina na murla to la ba
Ya na lawyer o kele so ata ya tan na lawyer ko yambay do ko wala.
Yes, my lawyer.
Witness. That brings us to the end of his testimony. But considering that we had planned this and then come back with him for the questions from the commissioners and his closing statement, or we can continue this and defer the press conference until after this. I leave it in your good, capable hands, Mr. Chair.
After that.
And before I yield the floor, finally, I would want to tender.
It's granted.
Thank you very much.
Commissioners, you have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Tamba, for your testimony. Mr. Tamba, if you have any final remarks to make, please go ahead and make it now.
Mr. Tamba, why the commissioner no moment to
Do kam wenda ya wala na do ko forara mbesiri hansai mantra do ko.
what I'm going to say here now,
Na family lam fama bije mbama bije na brodal bije ndomal bije.
and I am with a family. My father and mother are all,
Mbesiri, I'm not working. No.
and I'm still sitting down. Feeding is a problem, and I'm not working.
You see, it's only my brother who is taking care of all the family.
It's my brother who is taking care of the whole family.
Yeah, so me commissioner Daniela, at least not recent no kujibe no bakifana.
I want to appeal to the commission if they can look into this matter for me.
Kabina do ko tinya danim bite ma ni ku ya bakal na because I'm from mantra mbesiri.
From the day I lost this job, I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting down like that. Seriously deteriorated because I have a waist problem and my chest is also troubling me.
You see, more so ka for commissioner.
Yes, that's what I want to inform the commission.
Commissioner Daniela Bago, mbe fana Daniela ila ku kendo baro kam banko kam alma alay nyata ta kela ko kon.
I'm also appealing to the commission because the commission is doing a very, very good job in this country.
Yeah.
So I'm praying for the commission. May Allah protect, guide, and help all members of the commission.
Yeah, memo be dana memo be tendula ala baraka bago.
My sincerest thanks to everybody. That's my statement here. Thank you all.
Coming to testify before the commission. Council, we take a 45-minute break, and is the next witness ready for now, or did you schedule that time for 2:30?
2:30.
Okay, fine. So we will then resume at 2:30, and in the meantime, you have the press briefing. Again, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, and the meeting is adjourned.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Return services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive...
Bakary man suma tour Badji Bakary Badji maa ngi juddoo Serekunda ba su ndaw bi nekk
élection ba ñun suñ parliamentary election bi 2000 ñu man ma dem ñaame la pour campagne ci loolu fake account la sax da problème waaw an audio of man fi ma waxee ñaame ne dama leen dig stadium amut pour nga wax ne man dama nangu pour nekk Barrows minister waaye nag duma defend policy am duma defend programmes am mënta nekk I mean, so people might see it multiple times.
Wow, why halal fi?
Mom la wax ni may la NPP la lol kay mom
ñaata percent?
You want to know the existing policies, throw a fresh light on the entertainment, interrogate them, and most importantly, offer support.
waaw Bakary man suma tour Badji Bakary Badji maa ngi juddoo Serekunda ba suma yaay kon Joswang so ñun ñu suñ bokk saat one time dañ ko daan dem dimbale ji pour enu Jenny from Old Joswang andi ko kër
président Barrow xam na ne xale bi man xale ba si ñoo daan génn di campagne candidate si léegi bëgguma wax turi jàmbure waaye gis naa ki ko njëkk a binda
nay leer rek nen wax
non am nga loolu fake account la génne le vidéo ou an audio of man fi ma waxee ñaami ne dama leen dig stadium amut pour nga wax ne man dama nangu pour nekk Barrows minister waaye nag
yow NPP nga
waaw 100%
nga ne waxal gaay dégg waxal man Bakary Badji
ma ne loolu moo wax naa ko multiple times
waaw waaye waxalaat fii
moom la wax ni may la NPP la loolu kay moom
ñaata percent
waaw Bakary man suma tour Badji Bakary Badji maa ngi juddoo Serekunda ba suma yaay jën la daan jaay so dam daan time boobu nangaan Joswang enu Jenny from Old Joswang andi ko kër
président Barrow xam na ne xale si local government ministre si ñoo daan génn kenn moo binda on Facebook te gis naa ko bëgguma wax turi jàmbure waaye gis naa ki ko njëkk a binda
nay leer rek nen wax
non am nga loolu fake account la sax da problème waaw fake account la moom moo binda ne naka he went to Nyamina and promised a stadium and never went back there but kenn du la génne le vidéo ou an audio of man fi ma waxee Nyamina dama leen dig stadium amut pour nga wax ne man dama nangu people might see it different but that's the reality
so léegi yow NPP nga
waaw 100%
nga ne waxal gaay dégg waxal man Bakary Badji
ma ne loolu moo wax naa ko multiple times
waaw waaye waxalaat fii
moom la wax ni may la NPP la loolu kay moom
ñaata percent
waaw Bakary man suma tour Badji Bakary Badji maa ngi juddoo Serekunda ba suma yaay jën la daan jaay so dam daan time boobu nangaan Joswang foofu la daan utee jën and mu ko daan jaay ci marché bu ndaw bi nekkoon Joswang so ñun ñu suñ bokk saat one time dañ ko daan dem dimbale ji
very much for coming to this press briefing. It has come to the attention of the Commission that there are calls out there, especially from concerned individuals in Ghana, especially Mr. Kerry, who is a victim of the massacre of West African migrants that took place in Gambia sometime in 2005, in which, among other things, they called for the subpoena of Yankuba Sonko, Ensa Baji, and also to give opportunity to victims and victims' families to testify before the TRRC. In addition, they made claims that, in a sense, the papers, which basically are part of the Ghanaians, as to how TRRC deems it necessary to clarify some of the issues contained but because of the fact that is placed on this matter, information on this, and dispel fears that people may have